All right. And again, make sure that you have a wall nearby and some props. And we're going to start laying on our belly. And you are going to want your mat edge lined up with the base of your wall to start. Eventually, we'll get there. So lying down on your belly, it's nice to have your feet actually up against the wall for this, just so you have something to kind of push into. And then place your palms down and let your forehead rest on the back of your hands. I'll let you guys set yourself up like that. As a speaker in this yoga class, it's not so great for my face to be right up against the mat. So I'll just come to a comfortable seat, but you will be lying on your belly, palms down, letting your forehead rest on the back of your hand. Maybe feeling that grounding still of the wall underneath both of your feet, or you can just let your ankles drop out to the side so your feet are more limp. Then here, with your face very close to the mat, start to notice your breath. You might even be able to feel your breath as you breathe. The heat of your exhale bouncing off the mat back on your face. So the breath becomes a sensation that we feel inside and outside of our bodies as we lie here. Start to scan from the crown of your head down the length of your body, noticing if you're holding any tension in this otherwise very restful position, right? We don't need any muscular engagement to hold this, with the exception of maybe that pressure of the wall on your feet. And as you scan down your body, notice if there's an area where your mind just kind of pauses or snags. Take a couple extra breaths here before you move on. See if there's any kind of physical tension that's being stored in this spot, or maybe some kind of emotional tension that you're holding on to, that you've buried deep in your muscle tissue here. Might be from a trauma. It might just be from a past experience that you haven't yet worked through. And maybe your body feels really loose and you can just glide right over it. That's fine too. What I'd like today's class to really be a focus on is dropping into our body. So a lot of times we, and I kind of touched on this last week, move through our day, our cycles with repetition and lose a lot of the curiosity. And I know Jane, I think, sent me a quote this week about curiosity, which was beautiful. And so this yoga class is going to undulate between some faster movements and flows, and then some slower, intense, I think, stretches, which will allow us to drop in, start to feel into our body, into our intuition, and rest the mind, because we're not moving, right? So that you can start to sync up those two aspects of ourselves, knowing that we are not the body, we are not our mind, but we can start to feel more deeply into them. All right. From your belly position, press yourself up just slightly, and then extend your left arm out. You're going to want to extend it out with your palm down, perpendicular to your body, and then look away from that arm. Let your left ear rest down on the mat. Bring your right hand underneath your right shoulder and slowly start to roll onto your left side body. Getting a nice shoulder stretch, being gentle. Tonight, this top leg can either stay stacked or you can bend your knee so you place that foot behind your extended leg. And then again, that foot that's extended can press just gently into the base of your wall. With your grounded right hand, maybe apply a little bit more pressure, getting a little bit deeper of a sensation into your left shoulder. Breathe in through your nose and out through your nose. Let your head relax. Notice if you are lifting or using the muscles of your neck at all in this position. It's not necessary. Let your head go. Take one more deep inhale. And then exhale, slowly roll onto your belly. Bring the left hand in, extend the right arm out, palm down, fingers spread as wide as they'll go. And then making sure that's perpendicular, start to press into the left hand and roll onto the right side. Relax your ear down all the way to the mat. Feel the weight of your head. And then with this top leg, you can let it drop back behind you or bend it, placing your foot behind your knee. Keep spreading your palm, pressing it down into the mat. Take an inhale. And exhale, relax your neck. Inhale into your chest. And exhale. Take one more deep breath here, allowing yourself to slow down. And exhale, roll back onto your belly. Bring your hands by your side. Now you're going to flip all the way onto your back. All right. From here, slide down so you do have your feet on the wall. And now pressing your right foot into the wall, you're going to bring your left knee up and then draw your left knee down and out to the side. Keep your right leg active. Keep pressing into that wall. So it's nice here. It keeps us anchored. And it keeps that right hip very square. Breath in. And out. Draw your left knee down to the left side. Take another inhale. Feel your ribs press into your thigh as your lungs inflate. And then as you exhale, really notice that compression. Now, start to lift your left leg up. You're going to reach up with your left hand. It'll come inside your knee and then to the outside of your left foot. So this is half happy baby pose. Flex that foot back. And if you need to, I didn't say grab a strap, but you could always use a strap or a belt or something like that to lasso around your foot if you can't quite grab it. Make sure that your head is back down on the mat. Both shoulders are on the mat. And then this free right hand can either be like a weight grounding down on the right hip, or you can just relax it out to the side. Inhale. And then exhale, start to draw the left foot down. Feeling a really big opening in that hip. Nice big stretch. Breathe in. And out. Feel the weight of your body resting here on the mat. Heaviness in your right side. Another inhale. And exhale. Slowly bend your knee. Bring it over. And then you're going to use your right hand to guide it across your body into a gentle supine twist. Again, keep pressing your right foot into the wall. Extend your left arm out. And if you have a block or a pillow, you can always set that underneath your left knee, or let your left knee come all the way down, and your left shoulder might just lift slightly or a little bit off the mat. Your gaze can be up towards the ceiling. It can follow your knee, or to get a little bit more deepening in your twist, over your extended left hand. So feel how this twist rotates around the axis of your spine. And as your left knee gets a little bit heavier, perhaps there's a slight decompression in your low back. Again, move to that spot that maybe triggered you a little bit, or that you lingered on, that needs a little bit extra tonight. Take 2 more deep breaths there. One more, inhale. And exhale. And your next inhale, gently guide your left leg back up. Extend your left leg to meet your right. Press into the wall evenly. Notice a difference maybe from the left side to the right. And then draw your right knee in. Interlace your hands. Start to gently draw the right thigh down to the side of your right ribs. Find just a little pressure underneath the ball of your left foot as you press it into the wall, keeping that left leg straight and integrated is what we're going for with that gentle touch. Inhale and exhale. Draw your thigh into your chest a little bit deeper. Inhale. Exhale, start to move the knee more out to the right side. Continue to breathe in and out. And then we'll start to lift that right leg up, right foot up rather. Reach up with your right hand, and your elbow comes just inside your right knee, and then grab the outside edge of your right foot. Let your head rest down on the mat. Inhale. Start to gently extend your foot into your hand, and then with your hand, start to draw your foot down and out to the side. Take a breath in and out. As you exhale, see if you can let your body melt down, get heavier into the mat. Imagine as though you were dropping. So last week we talked about the 2 opposing vayus, prana and apana. Vayu being a wind or an energy. So prana is uplifting. So as you inhale, you feel that you can press your foot a little bit more into your hand. And then as you exhale, you feel that release, that groundedness, that sense of calm. And it's a downward pressure, a downward wind. And so in your breath, in your practice, you hold that tension of opposites, of lifting up, of energy, and of grounding and stability. One more time, inhale. And then exhale, slowly release that foot. Bring your hand to your right knee, your left hand, and guide it gently across. Keep pressing your left foot into the wall, so your spinal axis becomes an extension all the way through the bottom of your foot, and then you rotate around. Extend your left or right arm out rather. Keep your left hand on the outside of your right knee. And then gaze can be over your hand up towards the ceiling. Try and do the same place that you did on the first time. First side. Inhale. find extension. Press maybe a little bit more into that left foot as you find that prana. And then exhale, let that ease up. Let your body melt down into the mat. Really feel into where you notice this stretch. And inhale. And exhale. One last time, breathe in. And out. Slowly release. Bring your knee back. Extend both legs. Center your spine on the mat. Press your feet into the wall. Inhale, raise your arms up overhead. And then exhale, reaching your hands up. See if you can slowly curl yourself all the way to a seated position. Bend your knees. Roll over onto your side. And then we're going to find Uttanasana. So we're going to face the wall for our Uttanasana and let it be a little bit restorative, and then don't worry, we're going to start moving. So about 2 feet away from the wall is how you're going to start this pose. Bring a gentle bend into your knees and then find a fold. So we haven't done much to open up our hamstrings yet. So be gentle with your body. And you'll start to place your hands and notice if you're close to the wall. And if you're not, walk yourself a little bit more forward, bend, and then lean into the wall until you're at a pretty good spot where you feel a good stretch. You feel the support of the wall on your upper back, and then let your hands dangle. So they can either touch the mat, you can grab opposite elbow, relax your head, maybe shake it out. You can have your knees as bent as you need to, and really let the weight of your body relax into that wall. Feel the weight of your hands, the weight of your head. Pull your spine nice and long. Keep a gentle pressure in your feet. Press down. Feel your hip points rise just a little bit higher. And then as you exhale, see if you can slightly give up a little bit on that pressure so you feel that calm grounding. Finding that gentle oscillation between pressure, integration, and letting it relax and be a little bit more of a soothing position. One more breath here. And then slowly drop your hands down. You're going to press your hands into the mat and then slowly bend your knees, walk yourself up. Whew. Make sure you do that slow because we've been forward folding for a while. Don't want to get too dizzy. And then you're going to switch sides. So you're rotating around. Come to the front of your mat that is away from the wall, and inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, fold. Should feel a little bit easier to get down to the mat. Inhale, press into your shins, lift up halfway. And then exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your left foot back. Keep your left knee lifted, reach your chest forward. Breath in. And then lower your left knee down. Inhale, sweep both of your arms up. Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Breath in, engage your core. Exhale, plant your hands, step back to plank. Take a breath in. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, rise up, low or full cobra. Pressing your feet down, keeping your heels drawing in. Exhale, lower your torso down, tuck your toes. Inhale, press up and back, downward facing dog. Inhale, you're going to lift your left leg, and it might be a little bit close to the wall, so be careful. And then exhale, step your left foot through, lower your right knee down. Press the top of that right foot down. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And then exhale, plant both hands down, tuck your back toes, step forward, Uttanasana, front of your mat. Inhale, sweep both arms up. And then exhale, hands down through heart center pause. So this Surya Namaskar, classical Surya Namaskar, is a very familiar, I think most of you guys have been here for the classes, a very familiar movement. We do this quite often in my classes. So let this start to be more of a moving meditation. Let the physical asana practice start to be a little bit of a ritual. See if you can start to lose some of your thoughts in the repetition. We'll move again. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, fold. This time, step your right foot back. Keep your right knee lifted. Inhale, draw your chest forward like a dart. Exhale, lower your right knee down. Press the top of your right foot down. Inhale, sweep both of your arms up. Anjaneyasana. And then exhale, hold. One more breath cycle here. Inhale. Exhale, plant your hands, tuck your toes, step back into plank. Hold one breath in the plank. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of your feet down, ground and anchor them. Inhale, rise up, Cobra, pause. Grip your hands down into the mat. Drive your shoulder heads back. Keep your hips where they are, really heavy into the mat. See if you can pull your hands back to reach your chest through. Like a mermaid, like Little Mermaid on the rock. Exhale, lower down, tuck your toes. Inhale, press up, plank. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale, woo, right leg lifts. You actually can just draw it through if you're close to the wall like I am. And then lower your left knee down. Inhale, sweep both arms up. Exhale, plant your hands down the front of the mat. Step forward. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Take a pause here. Inhale. And exhale. We're going to move that through that again. This time a little bit faster. Inhale, arms up. And then exhale, fold. Step the left foot back, lower the left knee down. Inhale, both arms up. Low lunge. Exhale, hands come down, step back and lower down. All in one long exhale. Top of your feet down. Inhale, Cobra. Bhujangasana. Exhale, release. Back down dog. And then just place the left foot forward. Lower the right knee down. Inhale up. So again, the exhales are long. There's a lot of movement. Exhale, hands down, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, come all the way up to standing. Exhale, thumbs rest on your heart. Maybe it's starting to thump a little bit. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold. Right leg back, right knee down. Press the foot down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Exhale, slowly, hands down, step back, lower to the mat. Inhale, draw your chest forward, Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Exhale, press back, down dog. Step your right leg forward, lower your left knee down. Inhale, arms up, low lunge. Exhale, plant your hands, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, hands together at heart center. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, fold, right leg back, right knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. Exhale, plant your hands, step back, plank, lower down. Inhale, Bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Step your left leg forward, lower your right knee down. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, plant your hands, step forward, Uttanasana. Inhale, arms overhead, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, hands together at heart center. All right, so you might feel the work of moving quickly from the front and the back to the mat. Notice if it was easier for you to stay present with the constant motion, or if you preferred those moments of stillness. All right, so we're gonna take it back to the wall. Like I said, a very wall-intensive prep night. And then we're going to come to our knees, feet up against the wall. All right, I'm gonna tuck in my shirt. We're going to do a little bit of inversions with the help of the wall. All right, so come down, hands underneath shoulders. And so I'm gonna give you two options. If you have sensitive wrists and you would prefer to do this on your forearms, go ahead and do that now. Otherwise, we're gonna do 2 rounds. First round on our wrists, second round on our forearms. So if you're doing forearms, again, you want elbows underneath shoulders, shoulder width distance. If you're doing your hands to start, then you want your hands to be directly down underneath your shoulders. From here, you're gonna lift up into a very tight downward facing dog with your heels up on the wall. It's a lot of work here on our hands. Spread your fingers, press your palms down into the mat. Take an inhale, exhale. See if you can press your hands into the mat to reach your chest still through your biceps. And then inhale, rock forward so that you're lining up your shoulder with your wrist. And then you're gonna bend your left leg. Place it on the wall at hip height. Bend your right leg, bring it up to match. All right, so this is a lot of work right here, holding your body up. Slowly inhale, start to straighten your legs, coming into an L handstand at the wall. You can inhale and exhale. Bend your knees, slowly come down all the way to the mat. Then move your feet a little bit away from the wall. Come to sit on your heels, Thunderbolt Pose. So that is a very intense shoulder work. A couple things that you might have experienced. So I know I've experienced this before. If you find that you're sliding down the wall, first off, you might just have really slick high gloss paint, which I don't know if I can help you there. Maybe just wet your feet a little bit or sweat some more. However, one of the things that could be happening is you're not actually committing to pressing in. So if you kind of like, I don't know about that. Without that integration of pressing in, feeling your hips actually stack and more of the weight coming into the hands, the integration is lost and your feet slide down. Second thing that you might be doing, so we stacked so that feet were against the wall, knees, shoulders. So this is the perfect distance of your legs when you come back. If you switch it around, heels, that is the distance, same, right? It's just our body kind of flipped around. You might have wanted to move your hands forward, and if you do that, once you come up, you can never stack your weight like it should be once you do start getting into a handstand. All right, let's try this again, this time on our forearms. So again, coming up, legs on the wall is totally optional. Especially in this one, you might find a really nice shoulder opening by just keeping your feet down. So just kind of play with what feels good. So knees under hips, feet pressing into the wall. You're gonna lower down onto your forearms. Still, you want your forearms and shoulders to be aligned. If you weren't sure about what the mark should be, then you can also sit with your butt up against the wall and then take that lovely dead skin that, gathers at the back of your heels. Make a little mark on your mat, because we're all at home using our own mats. When you find that mark, place your hands, heels of the hands right at that mark. All right, forearms come down, the forearms will be over that mark. You can interlace your hands or keep your palms down, gaze back at your knees. Inhale, exhale, lift up. So this is our good old dolphin pose, which we've done a couple times. So now you can really press your feet into the wall and then use that to press back. So it's a little bit of a balance between forearms and legs so that you don't roll forward into a forearm plank. And the wall here is preventing you from really bringing too much weight into the heels. Relax the crown of your head. See if you can bring your ears in line with your biceps. And there's still a little gap between the top of your head and the mat. Take a deep breath in and out. So this might feel constricting. This might feel tight. Again, take a deep breath in. And slowly let it out. Decide if you want to stay here or place feet hip width height coming into a forearm bounce. If your mat isn't super sticky, you might feel your elbows reaching, sliding to the outside of your mat. Do your best to draw them in. Keep your gaze back towards your wall. Take a breath. And then exhale, hands slowly come down. This time we'll take child's pose. Bring your knees out wide, hips back over your heels. Stretch your arms long, rest your forehead down. Start to feel the weight coming back into your hips, the blood rushing, coursing in your arms. Take another breath in and a breath out. One more time, inhale and exhale. Ooh, nice strong shoulders. Slowly come up into all fours, tuck your toes. Find a forward fold and come all the way up. So again, we're gonna move to the top of our mat. We're gonna move through that Surya Namaskar classical Surya Namaskar. So the lunging, but adding in a little bit more this time. Inhale, arms up. And exhale, fold. Step your left leg back. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale, this time stay in your lunge and then draw your elbow tips down. Reach your chest forward. Inhale, stretch your arms up. Exhale, plant your hands to frame your right foot. And you'll slowly shift back into a half split, Ardha Hanumanasana, half Hanuman pose. If you have your props, you can plant them on either side of your shin, or if you're using something more like a water bottle, place that to the inside. Take a breath here. Grounding down through your heel, pulling your right femur head back into the hip socket and keeping both of your hips square over that left knee, or in the same plane rather. Breath in. And then slowly come back forward. Exhale, step back into plank. Take a breath in plank. Then exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Tops of the feet down. Inhale, Cobra. See if you can open from collarbone to collarbone. And then exhale, release. Press up and back, downward facing dog. And you're just gonna step that left foot forward. Lower your right knee down. Press the top of your right foot down. Inhale, bring both arms up. And exhale. Bring both hands down to the mat. Tuck your right toes. Lift up just enough so that you can fold that long side of your mat in, and then lower your right knee back down. This time, come all the way up. Pull your left foot back. So you have a 90-90. So you can kind of see there's a square underneath my front leg. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, you're going to take a prayer twist over your left side. Right arm makes a fist. Left hand, like rock and paper, comes over the top. Inhale, lengthen out through the crown of your head. So finding that axis again of your spine. And then exhale, twist. By pressing this left hand into your right fist. Take a breath in. And the breath out. And your inhale. And exhale, slowly release. Bring both hands down. You'll lift the right knee up so that it comes down. And then you're going to take your right hand, plant it on the mat, a little bit ahead of your left foot. Start to ease forward. So your left knee actually comes over your toes. And that's okay because this is not weight bearing on this side. And then you'll start to let your right hip drop down. Untuck your right toes if that feels good. And then with your left hand, grab around your left knee, drop your head down. And then you'll also let this right shoulder kind of sag up towards your right ear. So this is called lounge lunge or lizard lunge. So imagine you're just trying to get as long as you can. Get as much surface area exposed to the sun. You're a lizard on a hot rock. Going to Moab, so I think I have desert on the mind. So lounging lizard. Breath in. And slowly release. Bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. Spin the left toes out. Tuck your right toes. And then step forward into a Malasana at the front of your mat. Bring your hands together to heart center. Use your elbows to open your knees wide. Take a breath in. And the breath out. The intention of opposites. Inhale. Can you lift and lengthen your spine? And then exhale. Can you do that while you stay deep in your lunge, while you feel almost a weight in your hips? Now we're going to let the prana win. Inhale, press through your feet, come to standing, lift your arms up, and then pivot your toes forward. Exhale, hands down to heart center. Inhale, stretch your arms up again, Urdhva Hastasana. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step your right foot back, right knee down. Inhale, rise up, Anjaneyasana, low lunge. Exhale. Start to bend those elbows, cactus your arms. Take a breath in here, open your chest. Start to straighten, and then exhale, plant your hands down. Slowly start to straighten your left leg, coming into that half split. So I usually walk the left foot just a little bit more forward. So as I curl my left toes back, my left hip lines up with my right in a plane right here over the left knee or right knee. Inhale and exhale, fold. Another breath in and out. And inhale, come back forward, plant your left foot down, plant your hands, step back, plank. Inhale and plank rock forward. Exhale, lower all the way down to the mat. Press the tops of your feet down. Inhale, lift up, Cobra. And exhale, lower down. Tuck your toes, press up and back, downward dog. Right leg steps forward. Lower your left knee down. Inhale, sweep your arms up. And then exhale, plant your hands down. Tuck your left toes, lift your left knee up. Fold over the left side of the mat, lower your left knee down, and then you'll shift your right foot back just slightly. So you're coming into that 90-90 bend. You got a lot of pressure on that left knee, but that's why we got some extra cushion there. Inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, find that prayer twist. Bring the left elbow to the outside of the right knee. Fist, right arm on top. Inhale. Exhale, press your right hand into your left fist to twist. Finding that twist around the axis of your spine. Take another breath in and out. Then slowly release your hands down. Lift your knee up so the mat unfolds. And then plant your left hand down and forward. Start to draw your right knee forward so it comes more in line with your toes, and with your right hand, you're going to grab that right knee. Begin to sag your left hip down. Let your left shoulder draw up to your ear, and then pull your right knee in towards your forehead. Allowing you to drop into your body, finding those moments of pause. Feeling into the areas that are tight. Allowing yourself a couple moments to be present, fully aware of your body. This outer shell, or kosha. And exhale, slowly release. Bring both hands down to the inside of your right foot. And then pivot on that heel so your right toes go out to the right side. Tuck your left toes under and step forward. Malasana at the front of your mat. Lower hips down. Bring your elbows to the inside, palms together. Inhale. Press your feet, lift your head. And then exhale. Feel a heaviness, a grounding. A home base. Another inhale and exhale. And inhale, press to straight, reach your arms up, pivot your toes forward. Exhale, bring your hands together, heart center. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, fold. And this time we're gonna step back. Come into a plank position. Shoulders over wrists, heels over toes, and then from there, bend your knees gently. Track your hips back, finding your downward facing dog. Inhale and exhale. All right, I want you to walk your down dog back so that you are against the wall. All right, and from here, you're going to step your right foot forward, and now bring your left foot down so the outside edge of your left foot is up against the base of the wall. Right heel lines up with the arch of your left foot, and then cartwheel open, warrior two. Now using that wall. So it might feel a little bit different than a warrior two usually does. There's a lot of having to pull in towards midline and then reach out. But this can feel really nice and grounding. Also is going to add a little bit of stability. Inhale. And now you'll notice that I'm not gazing over my front hand. I'm actually facing you, the camera. So if you are looking over your front arm, actually pivot. So your shoulders and your hips are in the same plane. Chin in line with your chest. Drop your hands down behind you. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, take a deep breath in. Open your chest. Keep tracking this right knee forward. So you still have a nice long lunge. And then exhale, you'll start to dip down, bending forward between both legs. Now we're not going into a humble warrior. Instead, imagine like there's a negative opposite magnet between that front inner knee and that front shoulder. You might even want to dip away from that, letting the crown of your head come down towards the mat right in the middle. Your thumbs might stay on your low back or start to lift them up. Making sure you don't lift your arms up too far so that you can maintain the balance of your legs. Take a breath in and out. Relax your head. One more, inhale. Exhale, let your hands come down and place your hands underneath your shoulders. Lift up halfway. Bend into this front knee a little bit more. Plant the left hand a little bit farther back. And with the right hand, you're going to come to the inside of your thigh. You want the heel of your hand to come as close as you can to your pelvis, to your groin. Fingers reaching towards your toes. Take a breath in. And then exhale. Traction forward. One more time. Inhale. And exhale, traction forward. So you're really straightening this right arm. No bent elbows. Moving that fascia. I like to slowly move my hand down with each exhale. One more time. Inhale. And exhale. All right, then bring that hand back down. Walk yourself to the inside and then bring your back knee down. Bring your right knee down so that both feet are up against the wall. And now we're going to switch it up a little bit. You're going to step your left foot forward. Actually, first come down, roll up your mat once, and bring it closer to the wall. If you have a really thin mat, then you might want to roll it a couple times. You want a good cushion here. So we have right leg forward. We're really burning out that right quad in the warrior two. Now we're going to stretch it. This is where those blocks are going to come in handy. All right. So you're going to start by bending your right knee, placing it down on the mat. Top of the foot against the wall. Step the left foot forward. Again, you can use the blocks, or you can put hands on your thigh, or maybe you're like, lady, I feel like my quad is a rubber band and this is really stretching it. So potentially you can stay down. If you need to, you can walk that left foot more forward to ease up on the stretch. Trying to work that heel back. Trying to eventually get your glutes back towards the wall. So again, you can keep your hands down. You can start to walk them up your thigh. Now you need the heel to be a little bit out to the right side so you can work to get your glutes back, maybe stretching arms up. So anywhere along there, you know how much stretch you can put in that rubber band of a leg. Once you find that edge, pause, take 3 breaths. This is a pose where the sensations of your body are all consuming. You have to feel, you have to be present in your body. You might notice what emotions come up in this tightness. Take one more deep breath. And then exhale out. Put your hands down. Move your blocks up to the side. Bend your left knee so it comes down to the right. And then you can actually keep your mat folded up or straighten it out long. We'll come into down dog. So down dog with feet against the wall. Again, hands under shoulders, feet and toes stack, and then bend, come back, downward facing dog. All right, so now I'm going to be facing away from you. And I can't go to the other side because the wall is only in one place in this room. So I'm just going to speak loud. You'll see my back. Step now the left foot forward. Peel the right foot down. So you get the outside edge of your right foot up against the wall. Heel lines up with the inside of the arch. Traction that left knee over. And then hands stretch out. Spin your shoulders so they are in line with your hips. So you're in one plane rather in the middle of your mat. Take an inhale. Exhale, drop your hands down, interlace your palms. Take the opposite interlace that you did on the first side. Bring your palms together, breath in. Open your chest, exhale, start to fold. Now again, the left shoulder and the left knee do not want to meet as you make your journey down. So maybe even fold away from them. Find some space between your hip point and your side ribs. And then as you fold, maybe bringing your arms up, working on the balance forward to back. Keep tractioning that left knee forward. And again, your left quad is probably talking to you. That's okay. It's going to get that good stretch at the wall. Breath in. Exhale, let your hands come down underneath your shoulders. Bend deeply into that left knee. You're going to take the right hand, move it back, one hand right, left hand up to the inside of your thigh. Fingers towards your knee. Inhale. Exhale, slowly glide your hands. Really push it into the flesh. Inhale, ease up. Maybe move your hands slightly down the inside of your thigh. Exhale, push forward. So you're working into that fascia, that layer between your skin and the muscles. Exhale, forward. Inhale. And exhale, forward, deep lunge. Inhale, release, bring both hands down. Walk them to the inside of your left leg. Bring your right knee down. Bring your left knee back to match it. All right, so if you unwound your mat, getting sweaty just thinking about this next one. Then fold it back up so you have a cushion. Last side. These are kind of excruciating, but so nice in the release. So you're gonna bring your knee as close as you can to the base, left leg up, and then the top of your foot is gonna press into that wall. You can also put something soft between your foot and your wall if it's a very textured wall. I first did this on beadboard at the studio I used to go to, and it was quite painful. All right, so then you're gonna bring your right foot forward into that lunge. And again, you can adjust. Move the right foot more forward or start with it pretty close. Pull in your blocks. Start to lift your torso up. You also might get a cramp in your foot. If you get a cramp in your foot, see if you can press into that cramp. Press your foot more into the wall. And that might help dissipate the cramp until it kind of just goes away. All right, and then maybe heel toe your leg back, pressing your hips into the wall, and you're going to have to adjust that heel to give yourself room. Start to slide back, maybe hands climb up onto your thigh. Maybe reaching your arms up.
Okay, it's time to go eat our food.
do this. Exhale. And slowly bring your hands down, making their way all the way to the mat. Bring your right knee down and then left. And then to finish up, we're going to be against the wall. So you're going to scoot your hips as close as you can to the wall. And then legs up, shimmy so that you feel both hip points against the base. Nice. All right. You thought we were just doing legs up the wall. We got one more thing first. This is kind of fun. It's also going to feel really good on your hip flexors. You're going to bend the knees. Press your feet into the wall. Don't worry, it's not near as hard as our handstand. Instead, you're going to just curl your hips up. Walk your feet slightly more up. Curl your hips up. Release your hands by your side. So you're doing bridge, but against the wall. You might want to shimmy your hips back slightly. Press your feet in to the wall. Feel your hips lift. You can stay here, or if you want a deeper stretch in one of your psoas, you can drop the shin of one leg against the wall. Then press with the foot and switch sides, dropping the shin of the other leg into the wall. The more you press up in this pose, the deeper the stretch into the psoas. You want to do that again on either side, feel free. And if you're ready to come down into Shavasana, I'm going to cue us into Shavasana with legs up the wall. If you prefer to take a traditional Shavasana, you can go there. Otherwise, shimmy again so that your hips are right up against the base. Feet up and then relax your legs. If you do have a belt or a strap nearby, you can always place it right above the knees so that your legs just stay together. And drop your arms out by your side. Feel the weight of your feet stack over your knees, stack down your thighs, and the weight drop down to both sides of the pelvis evenly, so that there is a little extra pressure, like a blanket or a sandbag over your hips. And feeling that apana now, that grounding, calm energy radiate from the base of your pelvis. Letting that warm energy start to fill your torso, bringing with it relaxation, letting your muscles melt all the way up into your shoulders, into your fingers, into the back of your head, your neck. Feeling your upper body relax into the mat. And slowly bend your knees, placing your feet back on the wall. Finding this gentle compression, curling at the base of your spine. You'll drop over to one side into a fetal position. Eventually making your way up into a comfortable seat. Bring your hands together to heart center. Take a deep inhale. Again, feel that lift, body and mind. All initiated with the breath. And then exhale. Feel that grounding, that safety and security. Body, mind, and breath. Inhale, draw your thumbs up to the forehead, third eye center. Be curious. Follow your bliss. Namaste.